Hey guys, welcome to the Branded Podcast. This is either the final episode or the second last episode of our series of the season.
How do you not know if it's the final or the second?
Not sure yet, man. Might do another one tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, what you're up to, and all that fun stuff.
Well, Kyle said that he's willing to come in for the last episode.
Well, that would be a good way to finish it off with our one of our guests.
Fans?
Well, our only guest, realistically. This guy was a guest, but now he's family. Well, he's always been family. But you know what I mean. He's no longer a guest. He's co-host. He's cemented himself into the Branded family.
That's right.
So, hopefully, he projects his voice nice tonight and doesn't cover his mouth. I'm going to try to do the same.
What do you mean? I don't cover my mouth at all.
We're going to lay off the swear words. Try to go for none tonight. We want 0, so it's going to be difficult, but we're getting better. Anyhow, Branded Podcast could be last episode, second last. Let's go. Henrik and Daniel Sedin. Now Canuck fans, try to hold back the tears. They are done after this season.
Retiring.
How do you feel about that?
Unfortunately, it's sad that they didn't get a cup, but they both won a Ross, if I'm correct. And you know what? They had a good season. If you look at their stats and everything, they had a good run. Sorry, not a season. They had a good run.
Their team didn't have a good run this year.
Their team didn't have a good run, but they had a good run.
They're eliminated. So I mean, had their team have made the playoffs this year, I think they may have given next year another chance. But I believe they know that this team is kind of in a rebuild mode, so there's no chance of a Stanley Cup the next few years.
Basically, they look at each other at the beginning of the season and said, you know what? If it's a horrible season, we're retiring. But yeah, I feel like if they did well, if they made it into the playoffs, they would have gave next year one more shot. Because, I mean, they're only 37. They still got at least 3 good years left in them.
Well, Patty Marleau can continue to play, and he's 38, and he's probably got another few good years with him.
You know what I mean? Right? So they probably at least still had at least 3 good years. But you know what? They were looking at a sinking ship, and they're pulling the smart move. They're retiring now.
Why are they retiring? What's their excuse? Like, what's their reasoning for that? So
they said it was time to focus on their families and their life after hockey. That's what they wrote in a little letter that they posted on the Vancouver website. So, and I mean, I get it. You spent so much of your life playing hockey. You gave everything you could to the team that you wanted to be with. You guys didn't produce as much as you wanted to, and.
What do you mean produce? So not points. You mean like?
No, they didn't win any cups.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to go anywhere. They loved being with Vancouver, which is great. Like you rarely see that now where players really want
loyalty, right?
Yeah. There's not really. There's not that.
Unfortunately for them, they're loyal to a fault.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like they saw the season was tanking. They saw the team was tanking, and they're pulling out now, which is good on them. Spend the rest of your time nice retired with the mounds of money that you guys have made, and enjoy your family life. You guys deserve it. You guys, you know what? Like, I am a Leafs fan, but if there was 2 impressive brothers out there, it would be the Sedins.
Well, I mean, how often do you see 2 guys on the same team that are brothers and have just as much success as one another like that? Yeah. You don't see that these days. Like,
they bounced off each other, and it was perfect. And it should have been like that too, because like you think about it, they grew up playing hockey together, so that they knew how to play with each other. So they don't have to go through a lot of like the Nylanders. We got William, and was it Boston has
Buffalo
Alex?
Has
Buffalo.
Alex, yeah.
So they're not going to.
Would have been nice to have that duo.
That duo would be an amazing duo. It would be just as good as the Sedins. I'm just saying.
But Alex right now is a little bit behind the 8 ball. So, but I would still take that. I mean, I'd love to have him on that team and that option come up later on. But yeah, I mean, like you said, they wanted to focus on their family and life after hockey, which is very important because a lot of hockey players find themselves, not knowing what to do, not knowing which direction to go in, and especially if they didn't prepare, say, like with college degree or whatever in some other specialty, right?
Watch out, Vancouver. They're going to start a hockey school. You watch it. Sedin's Hockey School.
Could, man. They definitely could. They could do broadcasting. There are a lot of options for them. I think they're going to take some time away from the game because, 17 seasons with the same team, 17 seasons in the NHL, that's a lot of hockey to play.
Oh, yeah. And with one team.
Yeah, exactly. They may watch from home. I would say they'd still follow Canucks. And
they'll probably still give the support to the Canucks.
But like you said, family and stuff. I mean, things like that are more important, right? Like once your hockey career is done, your family still remains. Like hopefully, if all things work. So it's important to focus on just that and like try to live your. I mean, take it this way: they're going to spend a lot more time at home. I mean, the first little while before they start working somewhere else or figuring out a new career, it's the time to catch up with their family.
Yeah.
Maybe mend some relationships, create a stronger bond with each family member. So that's what it all comes down to, right? But like you said, when that they didn't make the playoffs, they kind of tanked this year, not on purpose, but just things didn't work.
It just didn't work.
Goaltending, scoring, injuries, whatever the case, and nothing worked.
They all went down the hole when they lost to Longbow. Just saying.
Yeah, and then here, like they also said in that letter that you mentioned. It became clear after our discussions with our families throughout the year that this will be our last season. This feels right for all of us. So, like you said, if they said postseason in that comment, in those comments there, that right there tells me if they would have made the postseason next year may have been in the cards.
Yeah, if they did better this year, they definitely would have thought about next year going for a run at it one more time. But just the way the team was playing this year, they decided like this was it, and that's good on them too. Like you as a player need to know when is the time to call it. All right, you don't want to keep going and keep putting your heart in and keep losing. And it was a good call. It was a good call.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with like their physical health or anything.
No,
like that. I think they're still.
If you watch them, they're in great shape. Yeah. They still
passing
got it.
is still on point. Like,
I'm saying, like I said, like if they would have continued. At least 3 good years. At least 3 good years left in them. But it all came down to, do we want to keep our loyalty, but do we really want to keep pushing for a team that's going nowhere right now? And like they knew, it's time for the team to rebuild. It's time for them to shake things up. And it's actually good that they're doing that too, because now that frees up some cap space for the Canucks to start rebuilding, start bringing in some new prospects and everything.
Well, a lot of cap space. I mean, that's a lot of money now off the table. You don't have to pay that out.
Yeah, how much are they getting now?
Honestly, I have no idea. I imagine it's got to be upwards of like $7 or $8 million at least.
Yeah,
it all depends. Like I know they're getting up there in age, so maybe we'll check that out on the stats.
I can actually have a look at it right now because I'm curious.
Yeah, just check it out.
I think it's like 7 a piece or something like that.
Yeah, so double check. Just type in like 2018's Sedin's 2018 salary or whatever gets you that information for ourselves, for our own knowledge, and for the audience. I'm curious there. I'm curious. I'm sure they're curious after you brought that up, right? Like what they're making and what's going to be off the table. I mean, that's going to give an opportunity to someone else, perhaps, and maybe for them to bring in a couple new, fresh faces, right? So I'm definitely curious to see how that works out next year, and it's going to be weird not seeing. It's going to be weird seeing the Vancouver Canucks team without the Sedin twins. Yeah. That's the strange part to me. But I'm not sure what their career holds, like what their new career is going to be come time of once they get that figured out. I'm sure we'll hear about it later on.
He's at $7 million, so I'm going to say his brother's at $7 million.
Yeah, so they're probably around the same. So
yeah, it frees up $14 million for the team.
I'm surprised. I was actually right on that. I was spitballing.
The last thing I heard was $7 million, right? So
yeah. And that's the thing. We don't know what they're going to do now. Come next season, they're not playing. We know that, but we don't know career-wise. Probably stay at home for a year or so. Like
they'll probably take the time off of the year, and I'm telling you, watch for a hockey school.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's guaranteed that they're going to be Hall of Famers. Like that's. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, they're definitely Hall of Famers. They're definitely going to be retired as some of the big players for Vancouver.
Well, you're probably looking at at least 2 of the top 5 Vancouver Canuck players of all time.
Yeah.
Pavel Bure, Trevor Linden would be in that. Maybe Kirk McLean, like you know what I mean, players like that. But these two, like, they are the upper echelon of players for the Vancouver Canucks. Yeah. So
there was a time where I wish we would have tried to buy the contract to bring them to Toronto.
The thing is, though, I mean, yeah, like at one point they probably would have fit in on that team pretty well because the Leafs and Canucks have drawn comparisons to being like one another for quite a few years.
Yeah.
I mean, one was the Western Conference version of the other, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've drawn. That
I always said that.
Yeah, you've drawn that comparison many times, and you're 100% right. Now, not so much.
Yeah, no, not so much.
It's kind of worlds apart. So, before we move on to the next topic, first year of eligibility for the Sedin twins. You think they're gonna get nominated for the Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah.
First year?
Oh yeah. 100% yeah. If not, I'd be very surprised. But I say yeah.
So what are their stats right now? Like I want to touch on that before we.
Yeah, I was looking it up.
Like their complete NHL stats, like up to this
I was looking it up.
I'm curious myself. I didn't get a chance to look at it earlier. I've been busy with school and whatnot. So
where did I see that? I was reading on the score.
Want to check that out. I mean, yeah, like we said, guaranteed Hall of Famers. It's just a matter of time. Probably within their first year or two, if not the first year, second year of eligibility. But I got a feeling, like you said, it's going to be the first year of eligibility for the Hall that they will get that call to the Hall. So the Sedin twins, does it have their stats?
Yeah, right here.
That? Okay.
So, so I'm going to do Daniel, so I'm going to read it out, right? But I'm going to say Daniel's first, and then Henrik's, just so you know. Because I'm going to go like games played, and I'll be like Daniel, 1,308, Henrik, 1,327. And then instead of keep saying Daniel Henrik, I'll go goals, 391, 240, assists, 647, 829, points, 1,038, 1,069.
Okay, so go back to that for a minute. Sorry. So yeah, you're looking at which side's Daniel right now.
Daniel's always the first one.
Now go through that list because it's a little confusing, like even for myself. So maybe the audience is a little confused.
Okay,
too.
so Daniel's
just go
stats,
with Daniel, and then we'll go.
Daniel stats: 1,308 games, 391 goals, 647 assists, 1,038 points.
Wow.
Henrik, 1,327 games played, 240 goals, 829 assists, 1,069 points.
So you have 1,038 points, 1,069. I mean, their stats are pretty close.
Yeah, right.
Like, I mean, that's the points only separated by like 30 points.
And there's some stats on here where they compare it to like other brothers, like Maurice and Henry Richard. You know, so Henry's stats was 1,259 games, 358 goals, 688 assists, 1,046 points. Rocket Richard, he had 978 games, 544 goals, 422 assists, 966 points.
So yeah, he has less points, but I mean he has less games played as well.
And then we also got the good old Bobby Hall and Dennis Hall. Bobby's got 1,063 games, 610 goals, 560 assists, 1,170 points. Where Dennis came in at 959 goals, 959 games, 303 goals, 351 assists, and 654 points.
So that's the last stat we're going to do for that, just because
I know.
It's hard to remember.
I want to do the top three
points wise. How far were what were their points totals for those brothers for that Bobby Hall and Dennis Hall? So
like I said, Bobby was 1,170 points,
wow,
and Dennis was 654 points.
So that's almost double. Like
and
that's
those are some
like
Hall
600
of
less.
yeah.
Yes, but I mean, either way, there's not a lot of fantastic brother duos. Like I mean,
no,
there have been talented ones and whatnot, but usually one goes the other way, the other goes downhill, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well, usually one's much better than the other, if that's the case.
They even got Rob and Scott Niedermayer's points in here.
Yes, and difference for that, like I mean, Rob is obviously another great player, another fantastic player, but out of those two Canadian boys, good old Canadian boys, Scott would obviously be the better player.
Yeah.
Like during their time, both since retired. So, anyways, we're gonna move on from that. This is a great way to start the show. I think we had to give them props for, coming out already. Like we're not even at the end of the season. They could have left that for the very end. But I guess in a way, it gives big Vancouver Canucks news. Not the way
and
they
then like the
wanted.
management and all that can sit there and plan something for them. But then at the same time, I know you said not about the money, but they can also start looking forward into the off season to start building with the idea that 14 mil is now freed up for them to go out and do what they need to do to start a rebuild.
Well, exactly. And one more thing before we move on from that, it's also Yeah, you were kind of sad as a Canucks fan to see those two guys go. You were so used to them being your top two players on that team, or at least top four. And now you move on from them, which kind of sucks. But at the same time,
it gives us something exciting.
Yeah, and you start thinking, like, what's going to happen in the offseason? Yeah. Who are we going to bring in now?
And that's what I mean. Like, management can now turn around and tell their scouts, like, go out there, look for a new right winger, look for a new centerman. You know, we want one of the top ones out there. Let's see what we can do. We got 14 mil. Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. So I had the Stanley Cup berths and etc. set up here, but I kind of got away from that for a sec by accident. So we're gonna go back to that. We're gonna look at Minnesota Wild and San Jose Sharks can both clinch berths in the Stanley Cup Finals tonight, and the scenarios that involve that. Right? So Minnesota won, I believe you said 3-0, right?
3-0, shut down.
And who'd they beat? The Edmonton Oilers?
Yeah, Edmonton.
Okay. So we're gonna look at San Jose first. San Jose, they don't play tonight, but they can clinch a playoff berth if either of the following occurs. Colorado Avalanche lose to LA Kings, still to be seen because that game hasn't. The game just started, but it's not over. What's the score on that? Is there any score?
It's still tied at 0.
Okay, so we don't know the result of that. Or Colorado lose to LA, or Avalanche lose to the Kings in overtime or a shootout, and the St. Louis Blues lose to the Washington Capitals, which I believe that did happen. Check that out.
Yes, it did. 4-2.
So that part's checked off. Now they just need the Avalanche to lose in overtime or shootout, or even regulation. Yeah. So that's scenario for San Jose.
Well, first scenario, they clinch with Colorado, just losing to in regular. But, you know, game's still fresh. But since St. Louis lost, if Colorado ties it up, takes it into the end, yes, Colorado needs to lose in overtime against the LA.
Exactly. So Minnesota Wild clinch playoff berth if they defeat Oilers in any fashion and either of the following occurs. We're not going to go to either of the following because we know Minnesota did in fact shut down the Oilers tonight 3-0. So they are in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
For sure.
Yet again. So I mean they're always in the mix somewhere.
Yeah, but some big news with the Minnesota Wild there. They where did I just see that? Wild's Suter requires ankle surgery, will miss the rest of the season.
That's a big loss for
that.
Is a big loss. He's what? Is he a defenseman or forward? Forward, right? Double check that.
Double check that. I don't want to say it sounds stupid.
That's what I'm wondering. I think he's a forward. I'm pretty sure. I'm not a Minnesota fan.
He's a defenseman.
Whoa, wow. So that's
the injury to their cornerstone defenseman.
So yeah, that's
even already dealing with serious injury to that's. They also lost Jared Spurgeon.
Yeah, they lost him a little while ago as well. I mean that's big.
That is big.
You lose Suter now as well. Like that's bad, man. That doesn't spell well for them. They may be lucky to get past the first round.
But you know what? If they do make it past the first round and like Suter does come back, watch out for him.
The thing is, he may have a broken fibula. So if that's the case, he's not
coming
could be
back
for playoffs. Yeah, exactly. If it turns out the X-rays are positive or whatever the case, haven't heard yet, then that's it. He's done for the season, postseason, whatever. That's it. Yeah. And that's probably the final nail in the coffin.
They're a team to watch,
right? So
they're a team to watch going in.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, so we're gonna look at some of the games tonight. Matchups were Winnipeg, Ottawa. So we know Winnipeg defeated Ottawa 6-5.
6-5, which was looking
regulation or overtime.
That was regulation. And it looked like Winnipeg was gonna run away with that game, and the Senators.
Give them credit. They stuck
it out.
Didn't get anything out of it, but I mean, still made a game out of it. Exciting for the fans, I'm sure. So, and then you have Carolina and Florida. What's going on with that? Is that still...
That's done. Florida won 3-2.
Ooh,
and Carolina, and we're staying tied for the last,
so now they're back to being 5 points behind New Jersey. So, I mean, there's still a chance.
There's still a chance.
Think back to Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance. You know what I'm talking about. Sure, some of you guys know that as well if you're Dumb and Dumber fans. If you don't know that, I'm sorry, I can't help you. We don't have time to explain.
Go back and watch Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, watch that. You'll clue in what's going on. So, anyways, that matchup, Florida defeated Carolina. See, I mixed them both together there. So Washington and St. Louis. Washington won 4-2, I believe.
They did. As much as I wanted them to lose, they won.
So now they're tied with us again.
They're still tied with
103.
us, and they're ahead of us in the division.
Yeah,
only because they're the lead in their division.
Yeah. So
they're the lead in the conference only because they're first in the division.
Yeah, exactly. So we're both tied with points, but we're behind the 8
Which
ball
is crazy. Like, who would think the Leafs would be tied with Washington for wins, losses, overtime losses?
Every category
but
the division.
The exact same.
And to be fair, our division's much tougher right now.
Oh yeah, we got Tampa,
Boston, Tampa. No team.
Tampa's coming down. Like, they're cooling off a little bit. Boston's rearing up and getting ready to go. But yes, we do have a hard division. Not making excuses because we are Leafs fans, but it's very true. If you look at the stats and the teams, we are in a harder division.
Well, I mean, the biggest Achilles heel for the Leafs would be the defense, and that's why we haven't been able to catch Tampa or Boston. Right? Minus the fact those teams haven't cooled off one bit. We've been hot as hell lately as well.
Yeah.
So that's not a swear word, because that's an actual word. That's a place.
Let's keep it going.
It's so-called place. Pardon. So anyways, yeah, Washington wins that, stays with us in points, stays ahead of us because of the division title, and they clinched that title. So if they stay points tied with us the rest of the way, they're ahead of us. So that kind of sucks. We'll see how that works out. And Edmonton, Minnesota defeated Edmonton 3-0.
Shut Edmonton down.
They clinched their playoff berth. They were in control of their own destiny, and they got it done, man.
Yeah.
Got it done. So the last matchup of the night that we're probably not going to know how that plays out until our next show, if there is a next show. Stay tuned. There may be. We love you guys, and hopefully you love us, so maybe we'll give you one more go before the series is done, before the playoffs start.
I want it. It's him who's on the fence. He's pulling the Sedines right now.
I may retire early, pull Bill Murray from Space Jam and just, battle out undefeated. See how it goes. I don't know if I'm undefeated, but whatever. I think we've done pretty good so far. Moving on. Those are the matchups, and we can't say the potential outcomes because I thought we would have been getting the show going maybe a little earlier than what we did because I was late. So, yeah, I'm the moderator and I was late.
All for a candle.
Anyhow, it's flannel. It's friggin' fabulous, guys. Great smell. Couldn't find that sucker for months. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Anyhow, yeah, so those matchups are all they're all taken care of other than Colorado and LA. So we'll see how that goes. And if we have another show, like I said, we'll touch on that. Maybe we'll start off the show with that as well. And it gives a better look at the playoff picture. Anyhow, yeah, we move on. We're gonna take a look at the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Buffalo Sabres, and
what a game.
Yeah, our recap.
What a game.
It finally went the way it should have.
Yeah.
That didn't happen last night.
How they played against them last time. The team that showed up tonight, which should have been the team that showed up 2 games ago.
Well, they were until that third period. And if any of you are Leafs fans, I'm pretty sure you know how that third period played out. Not so well.
That was horrible.
Very embarrassing and ugly loss at home.
But
this time they're at home with a much different result.
Yeah, and we had Nylander and Matthews grabbing 2 goals apiece tonight.
You had to steal that. I was going to say that. You had to take it. He was here to see them. I haven't seen all those goals.
Because this guy was late. I missed it. Here, watched it all.
I had to get some flannel goodiness, so I missed it.
I'll leave the one goal to you to bring up.
Oh, the Austin Matthews goal? That last between the legs?
No. His second goal of his NHL career. The one guy
Janssen. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Janssen.
He was in front of the net. It looked like he caught a piece of that shot.
Yeah, he did. The first one.
The goalie bumps into him as well, and the puck still stays out.
He gets back up.
Yeah, and there you go. He gets back up, stays in the same spot,
and just
deflects it off the forehand, past the goaltender. Second goal of the NHL season.
I even scared my daughter with that one because it was a beautiful goal.
You've never seen a baby so scared in your life.
No, she jumped like 3 feet in the air when I yelled.
Oh my goodness. She's gonna hate every Leafs game from now on. She's gonna think she's gonna see the hockey and she's gonna get all terrified, thinking, "Oh my lord, Daddy's gonna freak." What if they win? What if they score? He's losing his mind.
What if Daddy win? What if they win the playoffs?
And we need baby earplugs for that. If they win the Stanley Cup,
Daddy's streaking.
If they win the Stanley Cup, Mommy has to take baby Ayla out of the picture for that night because Daddy and Uncle Brendan are losing their friggin' minds.
She's gonna have to find bail money too.
We don't want to make her deaf after that. That's not a good idea. Not a good thing to happen. So, anyways, that's imaginary. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I didn't say this season, but
no, I know, but yeah. So that was a great game, and yet again another brilliant effort from Big Mac. What do you think about him?
Big Daddy Mac.
Who are we talking about when we say Big Mac?
Who do you think we're talking about?
Well, for those of you who aren't Leafs fans, are probably thinking, what the heck are they talking about? Big Mac? They ordered McDonald's in the intermission? No, then no. Come on. Curtis freaking McElhinney, guys.
McElhinney.
Fantastic.
I mean, I could use a Big Mac right now after all that beer, but
I'm starving. I haven't had supper yet. I would love a Big Mac right now. I would love that right now.
Chef Boyardee would have cooked something up for you.
Anyways, let's reel that back in.
Yeah, coming back.
Curtis McElhinney. What are your thoughts on his effort tonight?
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, when I first found out he was coming in tonight, I was a little hesitant. I was like, why aren't you giving it to Anderson? But Babcock has said before the game, he's giving Anderson the rest. He's going to play the last 2 games against New Jersey and Montreal, and then leading into the playoffs. But, you know, I was a little hesitant, but after the first couple shots on him, after the first couple of big shit saves, I was like, it's Big Daddy Max night. He's going to have it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of caught me off guard. Like, I wasn't too alarmed because we've seen how consistent, how brilliant he's been all year. His numbers speak for themselves.
Well, yeah.
933 save percentage on the year.
Yeah, that came up in the third.
2.15 goals against average. I mean, that for your backup goaltender, that's amazing.
You brought it up. He's like first in the league right now.
Only 17 game sample for him, but I mean, every game he's been great. He's given them a chance to win pretty well every.
We have 2 solid goaltenders, and it's been a while since we had.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're the best defense.
It's been a long time since we had a backup that's been that sharp. I mean, maybe even back to like the Glenn Healy days. No, he wasn't that sharp. Sorry, Healy. You're a great sportscaster, broadcaster, but backup goalie, yeah. I don't know if it was the fact that Curtis Joseph was so damn good that it made him look so bad. But whatever. Anyways, I mean, we have a great one this year, and that makes me feel very secure going into the playoffs in terms of goaltending.
Yeah.
That's covered. Check mark to both of those guys. They've done their job, and I'm sure they'll continue to do their job. Now, what concerns me going into the playoffs is defense. We still, even in tonight's game,
we still got.
You still see little spurts where the defense are not doing their job.
That scares me. A lot of it comes from their leader of defense, Mr. Gardner. There, he needs to buckle down.
If that's their leader, that's not good.
But think about it. No, I guess he's not the most seasoned one there, but he's the one who gets most of the ice time.
I'm not checking message. I'm just checking my sports updates and stuff.
He's the one who gets the most ice time, and
1-0 Los Angeles Kings. Sorry, go on.
And just watching him on the ice, some of the plays, like when he was in the bottom left corner there, and he just threw it out behind him. Not looking where it goes.
And who did he throw it to?
Give us into Buffalo, who has an open shot on Big Daddy Mac. Thank God Big Daddy Mac was there. But
you make McElhinney sound like a pimp, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. I kind of like how you say that.
Big Daddy Mac, like you can't go wrong with him.
He's money in the bank right now.
Yeah.
Like a pimp, he's money in the bank, but less dirty. Right? Less dirty. I love it. I call him Big Mac, or I call the Leafs ordered fries with that Big Mac tonight. Yeah, I think they did. So I mean, he was
double stacked Big Mac.
And even from personal experience, I was at the game the other night. You watched at home the Winnipeg Jets game where we were looking great going into the second. We took the 1-0 lead. I didn't either because it didn't cost me a dime. So 1-0 going into. Sorry, it cost me a few dimes, but not nearly as much as it should have or would have, whatever. Thanks to a good friend of mine. So. Going into the second period, we grabbed the 1-0 lead early in the second. Everything's looking great. Everything's looking Leafs. Let's go. Winnipeg crashes the net. I can't remember the player. Crashes the net. Knocks over McElhinney. A scrum ensues. No penalty on the play. What happens shortly after?
Goal!
But why? Who gets a power play of that scenario? We did.
Winnipeg.
Exactly. And they tied the game, and the rest of that period, if it's fair to say, the rest of that period was Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that whole game was Winnipeg. Even when we were doing good, it was still Winnipeg.
Well, and I think
at least the referees made it.
I think I know what you mean. You mean like you kind of had that feeling that even though the Leafs were playing well, they weren't going to win that game.
Oh no.
So
that was like the Jets walked
goal,
up.
that kind of confirmed that.
When the Jets, it was like the Jets came in, walked up to the referees and said, "Here's a quick 100,000. Don't call anything against the Leafs, or call everything against the Leafs. Don't call anything against us."
You know how much the NHL are going to hate us if they ever see this?
Love you, but that's how it looks.
We love your players and we love the games. We don't love some of the stupid rules, and we don't love how greedy you can be. But whatever. Sue us. You can't sue us. We're not making money off this. Get out of here.
Next thing you know,
get out of here. We're working here.
Next thing you know, we got a $500,000 lawsuit at our door.
That's fine. You can't take, you can't get blood from a turnout, right? So
yeah.
You ain't gonna get nothing from us. We're broke, man. I'm in school. I'm a college student. I'm broke. You're a dad of 2, a loving husband. I mean, you guys, you and your wife pay the bills. So I mean, money's tight all around. What's the NHL gonna get from us from suing us?
I can give you a type of payment from the bank, but it's not the bank that you're gonna be looking for.
Dan can maybe like sell one of his vapes and give you $20 from that. I mean, that would work out all right. His money's for his family and his baby, so back off. Anyhow, we're way off topic. I think that was just funny. That was a cute little segment there. So what do we have next? We're gonna move on from the Leafs. That's great. What do we have next? You start off, my friend.
New Jersey moved 7 points ahead of Florida for the second Western Conference.
So the second wild card. Sorry,
wild card
I didn't specify that.
Eastern Conference. Yeah.
So the second wild card spot. Now that's 5 points with.
Now it's 5
Florida.
points.
Yeah, with
Thanks
Florida
coming in. So I don't know why. I'm really cheering for Florida to beat on New Jersey. I don't know why.
Me too.
But I am.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would like to see it happen.
I mean, they still have more games to play than New Jersey, so there's still a possibility.
You're saying there's still a chance.
There's still a chance.
Good old Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, so there's still a chance. I mean, there is. No doubt New Jersey would kind of have to fall on their face, and Florida would have to keep going on their tear that they've been on the last.
New Jersey's got 3 games left, and one of those against us, which they're going to lose. Just future prediction again.
I hope so. Thursday. We need that. That's our franchise mark. We want that. I can't clap anymore. Baby sleeping. My apologies, Ayla.
But yeah, Florida's got 5 games left. So,
because what happens? What happens if we defeat New Jersey Devils next game? What will it be? What will that mark for this team?
What is it? Our 50th win?
No. 49th it'll be.
49th.
But what will it be in terms of points and stuff for us?
Oh, we'll have the most points that we've gathered since 2004. We'll be at 105.
Yeah, we've got 105 points. Never done by any other Toronto Maple Leafs team in franchise history.
The first year.
Even when they were a dynasty-style team in the 60s. They never reached that mark.
I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves.
We're going to win the cup, yeah!
Not that far, but definitely further than first round, like I was saying.
But, I mean, it's hard for Leafs fans.
Because it is a different team.
It's hard for Leafs fans to not be optimistic from that. If they reach that mark, that's good, man. That's good things to come, right?
Yeah, and I'm not denying that. Like, the inner child in me, the inner Daniel that's been watching the Leafs since I was
going nuts.
3 years old is freaking out. 103
points.
And then we beat New Jersey 105, and we beat Montreal. That's 107. That is phenomenal. Like, even the 93-94 Leafs that I loved so much didn't even accomplish that. No. So it gives me hope that there is a potential for a cup this year. But the smart one, the one who has common sense, knows this is not a cup year, but this is definitely further than first round. Yeah. For sure. If they can keep everything together. And with the predictions of if we're not touching up on that yet, and we will, but if the predictions come out and we go against who they're saying, I don't know. Like, I'm seeing round 2, maybe round 3.
Well, you got to look at this team. Even the last time the Toronto Maple Leafs got into the Eastern Conference Finals against Carolina Hurricanes, we're not going to discuss what happened because it kind of makes me cry a bit.
Yeah.
I remember we were living in that old complex out in Bowmanville. We came running out the door when Sundin tied it freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
Hugging each other, loving each other, whatever. Not that way, guys.
That way.
That came out wrong.
Came out
wrong. So anyways.
I think he's got fantasies.
Whatever. I love this guy. I'm not gonna lie, he's a little cute. Anyways, so.
Big Daddy Mac over
We're not going down that road, guys. That's just something we don't know enough about. We're not going to go down that. We're not going to take that journey. So, I mean, that would be... I don't know if that was their season where they had 103 points. Something tells me that was
No, I think that was the year.
And that was the last time that happened. So if this happens again, like, we're at 103 again.
Yeah.
So...
with 2 games to go.
If you can finish with 105 or 107, I mean, why shouldn't our expectations be that they can at least make the Eastern Conference Finals? It's possible. If they get past the first round, think about it. That's probably their toughest test.
Well, again, when we bring it up, and we can make our predictions then when we bring it up in the show here. But yeah, no, if they're saying who they're saying it is right now, and with what's going on with their team right now, I'm saying, like, we're getting to round 2. Well, I said round 2, possibly. Now I'm saying round 2 for sure. And possibly round 3. Listen, I'm agreeing with you. Like, episode 2, you were saying round 3. I know you got to get past round 1 to even think about round 2, to even think about round 3. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that these Leafs could actually get to round 3.
And I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm surprised he remembered that I said that. That's pretty good memory going on there. That's why I got him in here, because I forget things. I tend to forget or lose track. And he keeps me on track. We're going to have some gum and try not to let screw up my speaking or whatever, but here we go. But yeah, I mean, it's reasonable to have somewhat high expectations. They've exceeded expectations for this season. Just 2 seasons ago, not last year, the year before last. I know I don't have to explain that to you guys. You guys are smart. But anyways, I explain it for myself, for my own, to keep on track. They weren't even in the playoff. They didn't even come close to the playoff spot that year. They were one of the worst teams in the league. But that's how we got Austin Matthews. Very next year, playoffs. Out first round, game 6, whatever. Live for next year. This year, just... Have they exceeded your expectations this season?
Yeah, they've blown everything out of the water this year. The team that we have is just unbelievable. This is why I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to say this is the year for the cup. I'm saying next year. They've done a really good job meshing together this year. Next year. So next year is the year to watch for the cup. 2018, 2019.
If they were somehow able to pull that off this year and say get on the hottest run of their season in the playoffs, would you be satisfied with looking very wrong, like looking bad?
What, if they take the cup?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Prove me wrong. Bring the cup home.
Yeah, exactly. So that's about it for the Leafs, unless we touch on something later that we forgot about. But now we're gonna move on to not Stanley Cup Finals or anything like that right now. We're gonna look at another injury for a top tier team.
What are you talking about this right
here? Yeah, we'll touch on that after. Actually, no.
We'll touch on that after, because then we can touch into this.
Yeah, that's true. So if the playoffs began tonight, let's say
before tonight's games.
Yeah, before those games. So I'm gonna bring that up. I have it saved on here. I just gotta find it, guys. I'm sorry, I'm slacking today. Wild Sharks, I don't see it because I got rid of it. My fault. My apologies. Just 1 second. It's got to be here somewhere. Here we are. If the playoffs started Monday, like my co-host here mentioned, if it started Monday before the games took place, before those results. I'm going to give you the Eastern Conference. Partner here will give you the West. So in the East, we have the Boston Bruins against the New Jersey Devils. That would be a pretty good matchup, I think.
Bye-bye, Jersey.
Yeah, I think New Jersey or / Florida. I think New
Jersey. Going down the Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah, I think you'd be down that turnpike very quickly. I think you'd maybe win a game out of that series. Maybe just get swept. That's possible.
But you know what? If you want to take out the Bruins, do the dirty work for us, and then face us in round 2, even better.
I'd be very surprised. But yeah, if you could do that, fantastic. Bam! One stupid team out of the window. Down the tubes, whatever, stupid phrasing. Washington Capitals versus Philadelphia Flyers.
Goodbye, Flyers.
It's not the Battle of Pennsylvania, but it could be if that changes. But, I mean, like you said, Washington's on a pretty good run right now. They're tearing it up quite a bit, like the Leafs. So, yeah, Philly's probably not going to be able to match up.
Bye-bye, Flyers.
I don't think they're as deep as the Washington Capitals. So, and then you look to Pittsburgh Penguins versus Columbus Blue Jackets again. And every Columbus fan's probably sitting there thinking, oh, God, no, not again. Not again. But, I mean, this time, I think Columbus could upset Pittsburgh Penguins. Not just talk about it, but actually go through with it this time. Yeah, ye of little faith, back-to-back champs. So why do you think that may not be it? I could tell by your reaction there. You don't believe that.
I don't, because Pittsburgh, they didn't do so hot this season. But they are still proven in the last 9 games. They are still a team to be reckoned with. You got the forwards there. You got Crosby, Malkin, Kessel. They're doing their things. They're leading. They're taking points. They're leading some boards. They're a team to be reckoned with, and they will be. My prediction is the Jackets are going out, but come second round, I'm sorry, Penguins. That's it. You're gonna be calling it Game 7.
Okay, so before he steals my Eastern Conference thunder, because I'm supposed to give it to you guys, but I love his input. I love I love his reaction to that comment I made and his explanation. I mean, he's got every right to think that. There are so many stats backing that up. I mean, let alone the one biggest stat, back-to-back Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
That's the biggest reason.
It's just not going to be a 3-peat. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. So, Tampa Bay versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, boy. Oh,
and now,
boy.
this is where I was saying, with this prediction,
I think the Leafs are taking out Tampa if that's the case. But we'll see.
I don't want to get too in depth about it because our next talking point comes back into Tampa here. But this is where I'm saying, not necessarily an easy win in the first round.
No,
but definitely a win in the first round. You're going to see the Leafs going to the second round.
Easier without Stamkos. We'll touch on that.
We'll touch on that in a minute. That's what I'm saying. With that, one of their big forwards down right now, not an easy win, but definitely a win to go in the second round.
Okay, so that's our matchups now. If the playoffs started tonight before the hockey games, before the actual games. So now we're going to look at the Western Conference. It's all yours. Floor is yours. Tell us what you got.
Okay, so we got Nashville Predators versus Colorado Avalanche.
Are the Predators going to get stormed in by the Avalanche? Probably not.
I don't see it happening. I'm going to say Predators take that one. Excuse me. And then we got Vegas Golden Knights versus LA Kings. And again, I do like the Kings. They've done a lot. They've built a lot. They're really good. But I'm going with that Cinderella story. It's all about Vegas this year. They clinched the division. Started from nothing. To quote Drake, started from the bottom. Now they're here. You know what I mean? They're doing amazing.
I like that better than that song. So,
but yeah, no, I'm sorry, LA. You ain't doing it. Vegas has got you. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be like I'm not gonna say Game 7, but I'm gonna say Game 5, Game 6. Vegas takes them.
That series, I honestly think I see personally. I may not be right. Whatever we're predicting, we're not gonna be guaranteed to be spot on.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. But I think LA in that series wins one game. And that'll be mostly because Jonathan quit. That's what I think. Man. If LA makes it in.
Watch the playoffs and we'll see.
So who do we have next?
Moving on, we got the Jets versus the Wild. And again, hearing about those injuries, I'm sorry, Wild. Your season's coming to an end. The Jets got you, especially with them being on a hot streak right now. And then you guys having your injuries, one of your cornerstone defenses going out. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys ain't making it out of the first round.
I mean, that's a tough matchup to be stuck against the Jets first round. Look how good the Jets have been this year.
Like I said, they've been on a hot streak lately, right? Then we got San Jose Sharks versus Anaheim Ducks. And again, I got my Ducks jersey, but I'm going with San Jose.
Flying V? So you don't think there's going to be a flying V making a pass first round?
No, we got San Jose taking that one there.
Yeah, you're probably...
The Sharks are just going to come out like Jaws and take that duck down to the bottom of the depths.
Yeah, they're going to kill that duck at the pond, I think. So,
yeah.
I think that's fair because they're two similar teams, Western Conference Giants, within the past 5 years, different times, right? But I mean, San Jose's proven to be consistent in terms of making the playoffs. So have Anaheim, but I think San Jose's had a little bit more success. I mean, they reached the finals a couple years ago as well, so there's that. I don't think either one of those teams are getting past second regardless, but see what happens. So, as we touched on, Tampa Bay be not a hell of a lot better matchup to face without Stamkos, but I mean, it would give you a certain degree of a better chance to beat that team.
They have a lot of issues that we have too. They have a lot of defensive issues also. You've heard Lee talk about it. We're very similar. Besides the few points gap there, we are very similar in game styles, gameplay, speed, defense, goaltending, goal scoring. We're basically the same. But the biggest thing is right now, you guys have lost Stamkos to a lower body injury, and
still day to day. But
it is still day to day. But
he was hurt not that long ago.
Exactly, he was hurt 2 games ago.
Did they rush him back? Maybe?
I feel like they did rush him back. I was saying a different story. I was saying he decided it's ultimately his decision.
I'm glad you're saying that because I was going to bring that up. That
no,
you weren't on that
because
at that time.
Just thinking if I was a player, if I wasn't feeling 100%, I would tell the fucking team, Sorry, I scored. There it is. There it is. But my point is, because I'm getting passionate about it, is
he kind of muted that for you guys, so that's pretty.
If I was the player, I would look at the team and I would tell you guys to go fly a duck somewhere, because you know what? I'm not ready.
Fly a duck.
Because, well,
I like
you
it.
know what I mean. But if it was me, I would have told the team, hell no, I'm not coming back. I'm not feeling it.
If it were you, you'd fly a duck. That's pretty cute. I like that. That's pretty good.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was defending it, saying, Stamkos is only coming back because he said he's ready. But obviously the team rushed him in.
I think he's going to be back for the playoffs regardless, because even if he's not 100% healthy, you think he's going to tell the team, no, I don't want to play. I'm not healthy enough to play in the playoffs. No, if they think if he can BS it and say he's going for the playoffs, he's going for the playoffs.
Or it could be something more intense.
Day to day, though, man.
I know it's day to day, but day to day could be anything. I've seen plenty of players say they're day to day to go off for 6 months.
Well, earlier in the year, we thought Carey Price was day to day. That didn't pan out that way. I mean, we know he was out a long time.
There's plenty of players that are day to day. They come back, they dominate. But there's a lot of players that say day to day, and then they're out for like 6 months. So I'm just saying, we don't know what it is. We don't follow Tampa Bay. We don't know anything about it. It could be nothing. He could be back for the playoffs, or he could be out. And if that's the case, regardless, even if he is back, I'm saying the Leafs are still going to take it anyways.
But probably 7 games.
It will definitely be a 7 games, especially if Stamkos comes back, because he's not going to let the Leafs walk all over his team.
That series may come down to whose defense lapses the most, but also whose goaltender is the hottest out of those two. Vasilevsky or
Freddy Krueger in the net, I think we got it.
Freddy Krueger, right? The killer.
Yeah, he's got the Nightmare on Elm Street for them.
Speaking of,
Nightmare on Bay Street. That's better.
Yeah, could be or front, whatever. Bay Street, yeah, it's along the Air Canada Center.
Yeah, the Bay Street Boys.
So, what about the Broad Street Bullies? Not Bay Street Boys, whatever. We don't like Broad Street Bullies. Anyhow, moving on. We're going from we're talking about top scorer being injured right now. It could be back anytime. We'll see what happens. Or they could be BSing it, not wanting to give an advantage to their opponent coming up in the playoffs. Yeah. But we're going to touch on now scorer like Stamkos. No, man. No, he didn't. Yeah. Maybe he did. Maybe
he was 45, did. 2 points, or 2 goals ahead of
don't
Laney.
Spoil it, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry, man. I get excited about the stats.
So I mean, we're going to look at the most points in the league and the most goals. So the offensive scoring race, both sides of the pond. Points, goals. So we're going to start with points. You're on the left. That's on the left. You take it with points.
My boy McDavid's still leading it, 103 points.
Your boy is Matthews, not McDavid.
You know what I mean. We made the predictions back when McDavid was in 4th place. I said McDavid was going to take it, and guess who's taking it right now with 103 points with Kucherov behind him at 97 points.
One more time.
Connor McDavid's got it.
Yeah, I mean, he's quite a bit ahead of Kucherov right now. How many points is he ahead of Kucherov at the moment? Kucherov's number 2 in that. 6 points.
6 points ahead.
Quite a gap with a few games, 2 or 3 games left to go, right? Depending on how many. Ovechkin did. Wow, he scored again. Unreal. Guy is unbelievable. I'll touch on that in a minute. So, go through those top 3, 6, whatever is there. Top 10, is that what that is?
Yeah. So you want me to go through all of it?
Yeah, go through top 10.
Kucherov, 2nd place, 97 points. Then we got Mr. Malkin there, 96 points. He's only a point behind Kucherov to take the second. 2 points behind. He needs 2 points to take the second position.
This is hard to
Then we got Claude Giroux, 95. McKinnon, 94. Sorry, Kyle. McKinnon's just dropping. Then we got Kopitar, 90 points. Taylor Hall, 89 points. Mr. Kessel, 87 points. Right beside Blake Wheeler, 87 points. And Mr. Crosby, which I'm very surprised about, only sitting in the 10th spot, 86 points.
But he wasn't even in that the other.
No, he wasn't. I think
so. He snuck in past the security there for that.
League average for points is 21.9.
Oh wow! So I mean, you look at that. The only ones that really have a chance of catching McDavid would be Malkin and Kucherov, realistically. But I don't see them catching him. Do you see them catching him at all?
Well, many more games does Kucherov
No
have?
points tonight, but I mean, still. He's still ahead of the game. They still have a few games left. I don't know how many Tampa has. We'll see. See what happens. But yeah, we don't believe anyone's catching McDavid. He's too fast. Too fast on the ice. Too fast to rack up the points. 103 points on a team that's flatlined all year. Crazy.
I mean, Tampa Bay still got 3 games. And Edmonton.
Tampa Bay has 3, you said? Okay, 3 games remaining. One against Boston, keep that in mind.
And Edmonton's only got 2 more games.
Okay, well.
So there's still a chance Kucherov could pass him, but we'll see.
He hasn't been on quite a tear as McDavid though lately.
No.
Realistically,
Kucherov was leading it for like a month and a half with McDavid down in 4th, and then McDavid was like, I'm not having this.
He's like, I'm not making the playoffs.
I'm going.
I'm not making the playoffs, so I'm at least going to get the Art Ross. Like, come on now.
Yeah, or making
whatever the point, Art Ross or Hart Trophy, sorry, for points. Art Ross for goals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm getting a Hart Trophy. He's like, I don't care. I'm not getting playoffs, so I want some hardware.
Put some money in the bank.
There's no Stanley Cup in that or a conference final trophy, so I'm getting some money out of it in some form. So now, that was points, so we think McDavid's stealing the show for that. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to ignore you, I'm tired. He's tired. We're trying to push through this. It's almost playoff time. We are running out of gas, like some of the teams out there. So, goals and the Art Ross Trophy. Alexander Ovechkin, 46 goals after his goal tonight. Not surprising, the guy kills it just about every season. Patrick Laine behind him by 3 goals, so 43 goals, still possible. Evgeny Malkin, 42 goals. That was my prediction for goals. I'm probably going to change that prediction after tonight. I don't see him catching up.
I said OVO the whole time.
Carlson, 42, as well as Malkin. Connor McDavid, 41. Tyler Seguin, 40. Stahl, 40. That's Eric Stahl. Anders Lee, 39. Kucherov, 38. And to round it off, McKinnon, 38. So we're going to look at the top 4 there. Carlson, 42. Malkin, 42. Laine, 43. Ovechkin, 46. Realistically, the only one I see catching him possibly would be Laine. I could see them ending with the same amount of goals, but I honestly, personally, I think Ovechkin has that. I think it's just a matter of time. He's going to lock that down. That's it.
And what's the league average for goals in the season?
Well, league average, yeah, 8.2. So I mean, all these guys.
You just got to see how they're doing for players. Like that is phenomenal. 46 goals, and the league average is only 2 or 8.2.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, look at that. We're probably always running away with that. So, Hart Trophy, McDavid, Art Ross, Ovechkin.
Yeah.
So we have a consensus on that. Now, before we move on to our topic after this topic, we're throwing a new one in the bunch here because of McElhinney's efforts tonight. We're going to look at the goaltending leaders. We're going to start with the goals against average. You're going to give us that bit of information and your predictions, your thoughts on that. So, and I'll give you guys say percentage. Start it, man. Let's hear it.
All right, we have Hutton.
Yep.
2.13. Marc-Andre Fleury.
Carter Hutton, 2.13. He's pretty much a rookie. That's surprising.
That is actually pretty good.
Wow.
Marc-Andre Fleury, 2.14. Then we got Ranta.
Yeah, Antti Ranta.
Okay.
He's top 3, and he's on second worst team in the league.
Yeah,
Arizona.
I just want to clarify. I'm not great at pronouncing some of these last names, so just bear with me. I'll have him correct.
Ask Nylander. He'll tell you.
Yes. Then we got Crawford, 2.27, tied with
Poor
Ranta.
guy's been out forever. Been injured for most of the year.
But you know what?
He's still up there.
He's still top 4. Then we got Tuukka Rask, 2.28. Grubauer. There you go. 2.29. Pekka's got 2.33. Bobrovsky, 2.36, which actually I thought that would have been a little bit better.
Usually is.
Healybuck. Hellebuck.
Connor Hellebuck. I love when
2.36.
I love when he does that. So.
And then we got Mr. Jonathan Quick, which I'm sad to say, top 10, 2.37.
He's still top 10 though. I mean, on a team that's subpar most of the season, so it's still pretty impressive.
And league average,
league
average is 2.77,
and that's actually a pretty good league average. I mean, that's surprising.
Yeah, that is actually really surprising.
So that means most of the goaltenders this year are getting the job done, whether their team does or not. But what surprises me of that, you don't have Frederick Anderson any of that.
I know,
and that's because why is he not in there? It's not his fault. Why is he not in the top 10?
The defense always leaves him out, hangs him out to dry.
And he has the most shots against him in the NHL. I mean, that's why he's not in the top 10. He should be. By all rights, he should be in that top 10.
Yeah.
But that's why, like you said, defense. That's what it all comes down to. Way too many shots allowed per game. Too many glorious opportunities in front of his net, right? So, I mean, you can't stop him all. He's done fantastic. You look at how bad the defense has been for quite a bit of that year. He should be in that conversation. He's not in the top 10, but he should be. We know that.
Okay.
So we're going to move over to save percentage. He was in that. Anderson was in that. And he's not in that top 10 now either. He got bumped out. It got bumped down. So that's the Leafs crap in their pants. That's not his fault. So, Marc-Andre Fleury, .931 save percentage. At his age, at his point in his career, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Carter Hutton, close behind, .931. Corey Crawford, .929. Guy's been out most of the year, so keep that in mind. He would still, he may be down a little bit lower.
I'd say he would be like 7th.
Yeah, but exactly, he'd still be top 10. Antti Ranta, .929, which is incredible for the lowly Arizona Coyotes.
Yeah.
Pecorino. Oh my
he did it!
I had to do it.
Pecorino.
Pecorino. I know his name. Come on, guys. .927. Not surprising. Roberto Luongo on a subpar team. Bobby Lou. .926 save percentage. That's pretty good, man. At his stage.
See, he did it right. He did it right. He left.
He went back to his roots.
Yeah, he left the dying team, and now, he did it right.
We know he started with the Islanders, but that's not his roots. His roots are in Florida.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. He's got that hair. He's got that Florida hair, man.
He's got that super tan.
Exactly. So he's in top 10 for sure. And, so he's in 6th position. Just tied with him, actually, John Gibson, .926 for the Anaheim Ducks. So, I mean, that's pretty good for him. He's not a seasoned veteran by any means, like second year or whatever it is. He's doing pretty great for a team that's been also subpar. Philip Grubauer, he's number 7 with .925. But considering he's a backup goaltender, that's good numbers. That's solid numbers, like, for the season, right?
Yeah.
Ryan Miller, .925 at his point in career. I'll take that. Top 10, number 9. I mean, considering we didn't know how he was going to be for Anaheim, he's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. And to round that out, another young buck in Connor Hellebuck. .924 save percentage. Freddie Anderson's not in that again. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, he got knocked out.
Poor guy. Like, if they had better defense, this guy'd be killing it. Top 3 in both categories, guaranteed. But we're going to get to it. Our boys making a comeback in the last 2 categories. We're going to start with wins. Mr. Sheen, what do we got for wins for goaltenders? Top 10.
We got Andre from Tampa Bay.
What's his last name? Don't pussyfoot around that. What's his last name? I'll help you.
Velasquez.
He's doing it on purpose. He's pulling the Don Cherry on
42. Then we got Pekka, 41.
What's his last name?
Rene.
You got it.
Rene.
Sorry, man. I'm not trying to bust your chops. I want the guys.
Keelybuck. No, I'm kidding.
Not everybody's going to know who these guys are.
He's at 41. And then, finally, Frederick Anderson in 4th with 37 wins.
Because they tip my cap to you, but I got to put on forward. Tip my cap to you. We tip our cap to you, Mr. Anderson.
I have no cap.
You finally made a comeback, my brother.
And then we got Bobrovsky, 36. Tuukka Rask, 34. Dubnyk, there we go.
You say Tuukka Rask properly, you don't say Devin Dubnyk properly. Those are pretty
to
tough
me, that's Dubnyk.
Dubnyk.
Whatever, 34.
So both 34.
Holtby, 33. Jonathan Quick, 31. John Gibson, 31. League average, 13.3.
So the league average is not that great.
No.
But that's because of
I could go in and win like 14 games and be a top 10. I'm just saying.
I don't believe that.
I'm a pretty big guy.
We were both good goaltenders back in our day, but amateur. We are nowhere near that caliber of goaltending. But whatever.
What are you talking about? Put me against Anderson. I take mine any day.
I'm not gonna lie, I would not watch a game if you were. No, I would watch games if you were net, because I'd be like, oh my god, my brother is in net.
And he's so horrible.
He's getting hung out to dry, but I mean, he's hanging himself out to dry. But God love him. He's got an NHL contract, making decent money. He hasn't won a game yet.
I'd be that goalie that you saw in the commercials where they tie him up to the net and he's still saving.
So out of like you and I, we've both been goaltenders in our time, amateur like road hockey showboats, right? So either one of us gets put in emergency goaltenders. Do you think we're giving Scott Foster effort of shut the door? Think that's gonna happen?
Oh yeah.
No, seriously.
Hell no.
No, we don't. We
What was the fastest?
we don't even play beer league ice hockey goaltending. We don't even. We're not even at that level.
What is it? The highest registered shot? 99 kilometers.
Oh, probably. You're probably looking at 100 miles.
I don't know.
So I mean,
but you shoot a puck at me at 100 kilometers. I'm running. I'm not taking that. I don't care how strong that. You could put titanium on me. I'm gone.
I'll try to take it, but I don't think I'm gonna even register that the shot had.
Okay, you know what? Actually, no. I take it back. I'll take the first one.
I wouldn't
just
even know.
to say I did it. The second one, I'd be gone.
We wouldn't even know where that shot came from. It's in the net before you can even blink, or it's in between your legs, and you're bawling your eyes out on the ice because that would hurt. 100 miles an hour. Bam. Right in the chiclets. No, I mean the lower chiclets, not these.
Well, that's why you got cups.
Whoo, that 100 miles an hour, you think that cup's it will save your life, but you think that's going to save you from all pain?
You're going to be vibrating for the rest of the night.
You're coming out of that game and you're puking in your mask all over your jersey. Let's just face it. So
that was a rental, but you know what? You can keep it.
We weren't going to give you that jersey or the equipment that we let you borrow for being our emergency.
You can just keep it.
You can have that and keep the mask. And don't come back till you clean
and I
yourself
still
up.
do a jig down the road. Free lease merchandise.
He's like, my save percentage was .768, goals against average of 4.9, but I made some good money. I had some spotlight there. I didn't win a single game, but oh God love you, I tried every minute of it.
Hey, you guys can hire me when you're about to win the cup and put me in for the last second.
We can be, either one of us are bona fide practice goaltenders. We'll get in there and you can blister us with shots. We
Nylander,
duck out of the way
anytime.
That's right. So anyways, that's
I know
the wins. So go through the wins quickly again. The top wins, just quickly this time. We're not going to...
42, 41, 41, 37, 36, 34, 34, 32,
okay.
31, 31.
So Vasilevsky.
42.
Rene.
41. Healybuck. 41.
I
know.
He knows the difference and he's still doing it just a
Anderson,
just
37.
Me. You know his name.
Of course. He's my boy.
And it's easy as pie to say that.
Bobrovsky, 36. Tuukka Ross, 34.
There's only three Val.
Dubnyk, 34. Holtby, 33. Quick, 31. Gibson, 31.
Man, that was your cleanest pronunciation through that list I've ever heard. I'm impressed. You're getting better. Hellebuck, you didn't even mess that up. You just did that to poke at me, to get on my nerves. So anyways,
just like you didn't hear me.
That's your wins. Top 10 wins. League average 13-3. So 13.3. Now shutouts. Pekka Rinne. 8 shutouts, man. 8 shutouts. Tell me you're doing something right. He's doing everything.
And you're wondering why the Jets are on a hot.
Andrei Vasilevsky, not far behind. 7 shutouts. Connor Hellebuck, 6 shutouts. Frederick Anderson, 5. He'd have more shutouts if his defense was better. Let's face it. But we're just glad he's in this last.
He's in the top 5.
Yeah, he's in the last 2 categories we're speaking about. So we're happy about that. His wife's home right now, so we got to keep it down a little bit. But yeah. Sergei Bobrovsky.
My wife, not Anderson. I don't know why.
No, not Anderson's wife. Mr. Sheen's wife. So, Sergei Bobrovsky, 5 shutouts. Devin Dubnyk, 5 shutouts. Jonathan Quick, 5.
Hey, babe.
Bishop, 5.
Love you too.
Hey, darn. Okay, so that was terrible. I don't know why I said that. John Gibson, 44. So, I mean, you have a bunch of 5s and a couple 4s to end that out. So, Pekka Rinne, not surprising. 8 shutouts, killing it. Vasilevsky, 7, killing it. Hellebuck, 6. I mean, doing great for a young guy. So those top 3, that's one of those guys are going to end with the most shutouts. Probably Rinne, from my perspective.
Oh yeah, no, I agree 100%.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
League average of 1.5. So it tells you how difficult it is to get shutouts.
Oh yeah.
This day and age of the goal scoring era. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, we've touched on that. We touched on the goaltending, the scoring leads, whatever. So we're going to go to a laughable one that we are so used to hearing. Brad Marchand getting fined. Oh my good. Well, I'm so surprised.
Here we go again.
I'm surprised he didn't get suspended.
It must be nice to make that money. Just to, you know what, just go up, punch some guy in the face. Oh, you're fined $5,000. No problem.
Here you go, NHL. I make so much money. I don't care.
You want to talk about the money dance? He does it
Give
all
it
the
all
time.
to you, honey. Yeah, I mean, he's just...
He does it before he even gets on the ice.
Man,
he goes out the stands. Here you go.
The NHL Players Emergency Fund, that's proudly
funded by Marchand.
Yeah, proudly funded by Brad Marchand. Probably 50% of that fund right now this year from Mr. Marchand. He's a dirty player, so, we know what he is.
I'm still saying he's a player from old, but he needs to break his habits.
So if we play them somehow in the first round, it's more looking like it will be Tampa. But if we play the Bruins, do you want to see Matt Martin in the game against him and just lay him the hell out?
I want to see Polak run him into the boards and show him how it is. That would be fun to watch.
Can you imagine big old Polak nailing that friggin' less than 6 foot frame of chirpy little
You
Brad
know
Marchand?
it's going to happen if it does.
I love it.
Polak will.
It has to, because you have to shut down at least one of the, Bergerons, like, you got to shut down Patrice Bergeron or Marchand. Like, one of those guys had to be shut down.
Yeah.
You have to.
And I'm saying Polak will handle Marchand, no problem.
Ideally, you'd want Martin to shut down Bergeron and Polak to shut down Marchand, but chances are, I'm sorry for Martin, he hasn't been in a lot the last quarter of the season. In the playoffs, I don't think it's going to be much different. I don't know what it is. I guess it's about like getting the points and your defense. So Martin's not much of a point producer, and I think that's ultimately what it all comes down to.
Yeah.
For Babcock, right? So I get it. It sucks. I mean, he's on the poopy end of the stick. I don't want to swear. I don't want to break my streak. So
like
he's
my
not
Flying Ducks.
He's on the bad end of
Go Fly a Duck.
He's on the bad end of that totem pole. So whatever. Keep Polak in there. He's been great. He's been made a mistake tonight. Whatever. We can live with that. He's been great. I mean, he's been a physical force. Past like handful of games, like past 8 games, really. He's been killing it, man. He's been shutting it down. He's been predicting plays much more frequently, and yeah. So I don't know why we're still looking at goalies. We're talking about whatever. Yeah. Anyways. Ideally, you want to see someone lay out Brad Marchand, or at least shut him down. Don't give that guy anything. He doesn't deserve anything. He's got a lot of skill, but he is such a dirty player. I don't wish any good fortune for him in the playoffs, even if we don't face him. Even if the Leafs aren't facing him in the first round. I don't want him to get a point. I know he will. I don't want him to. I don't want him to get a goal. Chances are he's going to do the opposite of everything we're talking about here. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. Unless we have anything else to talk about. What else? I'm running out of energy. Maybe you want to give that. Grubauer. Why did we want to talk to Grubauer before we end this show?
He's trying to steal a net from Holtby. You think he's going to do it, though?
It's not nice to steal. That's...
No.
Just breaking one of the commandments.
That's go straight to jail.
Thou shalt not steal.
And pay a $5,000 fine.
My net. But, I mean, you give him credit.
Well, yeah. Look at his stats here. You know, he's got 11-2-0, where Holtby's only 4-6-0.
That's right, the gun's going back. Okay, continue.
So yeah, Grubauer is 11-2-0 with a 186 goals against.
He's stealing the net and you're stealing my paper.
Where Holtby is a 4-6-0 with a 3.94 goals against.
So Holtby's kind of done it to himself.
Yeah, like Holtby's dropped the ball majorly.
Mind you, Grubauer could have mimicked that and dropped the ball and same numbers, but he's
But
killing
he's
it.
a lot of the reason why Washington's running right now.
Oh yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons they're so hot.
Yeah.
So
You got OVO in the front there scoring the goals, and you got Grubauer here stopping the goals. So
exactly, and we're almost done. That's our last part of the page here. I'm gonna fold that bad boy for you guys. So for the season, as my partner was saying, for the season, Grubauer's 15-9-3 with 2.29 goals against average at 9.25 save percentage with 3 shutouts to boot. So that's pretty impressive for a guy of his age. He's only 26 years old. Yeah. I'm impressed. Are you impressed?
Yeah, I'm 29. I couldn't pull those numbers.
And I mean, amongst goalies with at least 25 appearances.
Boy here, 30.
Amongst goalies with at least 25 appearances since November the 1st, he ranks number 1 with 9.35 save percentage and 1.98 goals against average. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'll leave the OV thing for you if you want to touch on that. We haven't really put that to bed yet. But yeah, Grubauer, great, man. He's doing great.
Oh yeah, and same as my boy Ovi. You know, he's played his 1,000th game in the NHL for the Caps. in a 3-1 win over Pittsburgh.
Pucker up, Ovechkin. He loves you.
Listen, you can't deny it.
He's great.
He's the complete package. He's a goal scorer. He's got great defensive play. He can skate, and he's not afraid to step up when need to be. I'm just saying, he's one of the most well-rounded players in the NHL right now.
Only 46 goals, though. Like, why is he slacking?
Oh, only 46. Anyways, he's been doing great, and it shows in his numbers, his stats. It shows.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just checking some stats here quickly, and
you're checking on that Colorado and LA game.
No. I will. That's actually a good idea. I'll check on that while we're still hitting. Whatever. So Washington has 2 games left. He's 4 goals shy of being a 50-goal scorer for the 8th season of his career. You think he's going to hit that with 2 games left? I think he's going to finish with.
If anything,
with 48. I think.
I was going to say, if anything, 49.
Well, he's got one up me. Gotta do it. Gotta
Listen,
come on, man.
I'm the one who believes in Ovi. You don't.
I didn't say that. I just don't have any brown substance on my nose when it comes to Ovechkin. That's all I'm saying.
I will wipe it down every time.
If the guy wants to pay me part of his paycheck, I'll jump on the OV train.
Listen, I know Crosby's a Canadian boy. I do.
Just a good old boy.
I do love the Canadian boy, but when you do a matchup between Ovi and Crosby, Ovi on top every time.
Yeah, he's more of a dominating force that's so difficult to shut down. Yeah. Crosby, it's possible to shut him down. It's difficult, but not quite as difficult as Ovechkin.
He is literally a shark in water.
Because Ovechkin's so big.
And he's a shark in water. He finds that opening. You feed him that pass. He's got that opening. It's done. It's in the back of the net.
If he smells blood and there's opportunities on the ice for him, yeah, he's getting it done. 9 times out of 10, that's going in your net. I'm sorry, Grubauer. Not Grubauer, because that's his own goalie. That's
Anderson. Soy Anderson.
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. I think Anderson has a good chance. But yeah, almost any goaltender, 9 times out of 10, if he gets a wide open chance, you're done. That's it. What else we got, man? Is that it? No, there's
final NHL results from Monday night.
We were going to touch on that. We were going to touch on the last game. So now we're going to look at the scores. We already know. We'll recap quickly. I'll let you do the first half of the games, like the recap, the scores or whatever.
Look at that.
What is he looking at?
I am looking at the fact that there is 12 minutes left in the second, and LA is leading Avalanche 2-1.
Okay. So, and next game, what is that?
Oh, this is all me? All right, cool.
Yep.
Maple Leafs beat the Sabres 5-2. Then we got the Jets beating the Senators 6-5. Hurricanes.
No. You're supposed to say you've already done 3, my brother. Now I'm supposed to do the last 3. So, the Hurricanes lose a close one to the desperate Florida Panthers within 5 points of wild card postseason berth. So they're not giving up. There's still a chance.
Keep going. There's still a chance.
Oh my Lord, Lloyd, still a chance. So within 5 points, 3-2 they win. Scott Darling just not having the great year that he thought he would have with the Hurricanes. Nor are the Hurricanes having a great year either. So they're eliminated. Moving on to the Washington Capitals. We're putting that to bed finally. Ovi, Grubauer, 2 stars of that team that are leading that team right now on a tear. Washington beats the St. Louis Blues, who are clinging to their lives for a playoff spot. I believe they still sit in the playoff spot at this point. If I'm right, I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure. So they beat the Blues 4-2. Ovechkin adds another goal as 46th on the season to stay ahead in the goal-scoring race. And the Oilers,
St. Louis is actually out.
They lose 3-0. Oh no, my goodness!
Colorado's leading 9-3.
Look at wild card though. Look at wild card.
I'm telling you that.
Check it out, my brother, because they were in a playoff spot. So that maybe that's changed.
No playoffs.
Ooh, so how far are they behind?
1 point.
So
which they didn't get tonight. So Colorado's not going to lead it anymore.
Running out of time. But so tonight, they blew it, man. They blew a game they desperately needed. They're still within it. They're still.
And Colorado, I'm sorry, you're going to lose to LA, and that's going to further that gap.
And that's good for St. Louis. So that's going to be tight.
That's all St. Louis is doing right now.
We love how tight that's
they're sitting in their dressing room right now, watching that game, trying to get ready to go home, but they're desperately watching for Colorado.
Wild defeat the Oilers hands down, like most other teams this season. 3-0. Ooh, Kings power play 2-1. We're running out of time. And that's about all we have for you this episode. It was fantastic. I think there's got to be. I think we have one more in the tank.
I can see another 10, but you're the one only saying 1.
Well, another 10, my goodness. I'm done school soon. I can't borrow their cameras for much longer.
We're going to have to invest in buying a new one. Because our fans are going to want us to keep going back.
I don't think we can afford a Canon XF100 camera. That's very expensive.
Tape the S8 up there.
No, we could, actually. We could do that. They've got good cameras. I mean, even the A5, like either camera is very, very capable of doing it. We just need a mic.
There's going to be a way for us to come back.
Yeah.
Just watch.
We just need a mic like that, the Yeti Blue mic. But anyways, that's all for this episode. This is the second last episode. We got one more coming for you. We love you. You love us. Don't lie. You know you do. This is my co-host, and I'm your host, Brandon Peddle. Thanks for staying tuned. We love you. You love us. And why do we all love each other? Because we are branded. All right, Rep.
Yeah! Woo! More! Let's have some more!